Okay, we are back, and my wife and I finally got around to seeing No Time to Die, the new James Bond film. It's not new anymore. We didn't go see it in the theater because of COVID, and we put off seeing it for a while. We finally rented it on Amazon Prime for $5.99, and it delivered. I thought it was a good send off. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it at this point, it's been out for quite a bit of time. This was Daniel Craig's last outing. So it looks like the whole house of cards was coming down. Spoiler alert. One, two, three. James Bond dies at the end of the movie, which is fine because unlike all the other James Bond films, which are kind of self contained, one Bond movie has one villain, he fights that guy, takes it all down, and so on. Only, I think Sean Connery had Blofeld come a couple of times back around. But these Daniel Craig films kind of followed a linear storytelling where they were all connected and told the entire arc of this James Bond. His sacrifice at the end was not what he had in mind. After Rami Malek's villain scratched his face with some poison that was going to put him in a position where he could never kiss his wife or his soon-to-be wife, when they kind of rekindled their flame. Or, we find out James Bond has a daughter. And so, basically his life is ruined because of this poison, this toxin. So he realizes he needs to stay behind and kind of open up the blast shields for these missiles to come and bomb the island before this gas is released into the world and starts killing everyone else with this toxin that can be triggered by a program. It is a wild concept. The movie was good. The action sequences were great. I saw some of the behind the scenes because every time they do these movies, they always seem to destroy the DB5. And I love that car. And it bothered me in Skyfall when it completely blew up and there was nothing left. So it was nice to see that they brought it back. He either bought a new one or had the one rebuilt. In the behind the scenes, all of the bullet holes and scratches and damage that happened on the car was all done with CGI. The bullet holes in the glass, everything. It was all computer generated. So they just drove around with a really nice new DB5, but by the end there, when they finally got out of it, it was pretty tore up, but it was all computer. So yay. And then of course he gets his other, I want to say it was the Living Daylights, James Bond's car in the Living Daylights that he was driving. And of course, they had a lot of throwbacks and nods in this movie, down to the wardrobe that he wore, the suit that he wore. This light gray suit was the same suit that Sean Connery wore. It was like that throughout the whole thing. Even when Q is going through his drawers of instruments to pull out, you see the dishes and stuff that were, from the older movies and gadgets from older movies that are in the background and stuff. So they really went out of their way to send Daniel Craig off in this really good ending film. I enjoyed the movie. It was fun all around. All the acting was great. It was tough to see Felix die. It was like they were killing everyone off. Okay, everyone's gonna die in this one. And at the end of the movie, you're just kind of like, oh, you got a lump in your throat. It's a little sad, Daniel Craig. It wasn't like a tears coming down when he died, but I think it was a good way to go out. This way, there's no never say never again type situation where they want to try to bring Daniel Craig back out of retirement if some other one doesn't work out. This is the end of Daniel Craig's run, and it was good. I had a blast. What did you guys think of No Time to Die? Let's talk about it in the comment section. We'll see you on the next one.